In the myth, Persephone eats 6 pomegranate seeds and must return to the underworld. Online, we eat algorithms. Scroll by scroll, bite by bite. And the question is, can we come back? Not back to innocence, not back to the unfiltered self, if such a thing ever existed, but back to something unmediated, something felt, something that hasn't passed through 1,000 lenses before reaching us. We've always been the other. On screens, in stories, in ads. And now in algorithms. A system trained not to understand us, but to quantify our desirability, our potential engagement rate, our conversion into views. The underworld I'm talking about, it isn't death. It's the feed. It's endless, bottomless, designed to keep you scrolling until you forget what it was you came here for. It seduces you with dopamine pings and micro-validations. But what it steals quietly, surgically, is your subjectivity. Do you remember who you were before you had a front-facing camera? Before you knew what your engagement was? Before the metric of being seen replaced the experience of being? This performance video, it's not a retreat. It's a descent. I've come to meet the algorithm in its own terrain, and maybe to disrupt it. These seeds, they're seductive, rich, jeweled, like likes, like clicks, like followers. But every bite has a cost. Let's go to the underworld. Oh, let's rewind. The male gaze. We know this one. It's that uncomfortable feeling when the camera lingers too long on her legs. When the narrative tells us she's the prize, not the protagonist. Cinema turned women into things, pleasurable objects for heterosexual consumption. But now the camera is us. And the gaze? It's not male in the old-fashioned way. It's machinic. The algorithm doesn't leer. It calculates. It compares. It learns. It favors youth, skin smoothness, light skin, high cheekbones, narrow waists. Just look at the For You page or your Explore tab. It's a composite sketch of digital desire, and it's almost always beautiful, thin, feminine, but not too feminist. Men look at women, women watch themselves being looked at. Berger said this in 1974, but now we optimize ourselves to be looked at. We shoot, we retake, we edit, we filter. Not because someone told us to, but because the algorithm didn't. It showed us through patterns, through promotion, through silence. What happens when you don't fit? When you post something unpolished? When you speak without softening your voice or curving your smile? What happens is no one sees it. And maybe worse, no one cares. The algorithm doesn't censor, it just ignores. Which is so much more effective. Hey girls, today I'm going to show you how to cry. Just enough to seem authentic without messing up your eyeliner. This is the new self-surveillance. Not Orwellian, not forced, voluntary, profitable. You surveil yourself because you've learned what gets seen. And what gets seen becomes who you are. So, what does it mean to be authentic online? It means crafting a version of yourself that feels unfiltered, a relatable mess, a curated breakdown. You cry, you shake, you say, I'm not okay. But the lighting is perfect. The angles, correct. The captions, optimize. You are performing realness. Not because you're fake, no, none of that. But because the machine only sees realness when it looks a certain way. We are learning to mimic the kind of pain the platform will reward. Think rage bait. Think non-sincere apology videos. That's not freedom. That's formatting. Helene Cixous asks us to write the body, to let it leak, overflow, speak in tongues. But how do you write a body when your body is reduced to a metric? When your belly gets fewer likes than your cheekbones? When your voice is flagged as too aggressive, too shrilled, too much? A creature féminine wasn't supposed to be pretty. It was supposed to be powerful, sensual, strange, uncontainable. What if we treated every unfiltered post as a poem? Every stretch mark as a sentence? Every emotional overflow as feminist resistance? The algorithm can't read this language, but we can. If we flood the system with it, maybe we'll start to see each other again. #MeToo was a rupture, a glitch, a loud, defiant breach of silence. The feed swelled with stories, rage, names. And for a moment, it felt like something had shifted. But even that wave got folded into the feed. Hashtagged, commodified, measured in impressions. The machine absorbed our collective screams, and now it sells feminist merch on Shein and empowerment lip gloss in Reels. How algorithms took over everything? Activism became trend, pain became brand. And the algorithm? Kept spinning. This is not a call to log off. It's a call to intervene. So I made some little art films. Check here. I posted them into the algorithm, into the underworld. Not polished, not 100%, not perfect, but truthful, at least to me, my experiences. They were embodied, maybe a little strange. Sadie Plant imagined a cyberfeminism that writes in the code, that writes with the body, that doesn't flee the machine, but haunts it. These works are haunting, glitches, wounds. Some of them, one of them, satire. But they refuse to heal into something marketable. And maybe that refusal, that unmarkable excess, maybe that is the real threat. I ate the seeds. I went underground. And I came back. Not to be clean, not to be liked, not to be monetized. Trust me, I'm not monetized. But to be real. No, not real, but honest. And in this age, honesty is the real revolution, right? Maybe the only revolution we've got left. The algorithm wants certainty, predictability, smoothness. But what if we rupture? We shake. We can be truly honest with ourselves and our expression. So, crush the pomegranate. Stain the feed. Refuse to be optimized. Write your body into the machine. This is not the algorithm's idea of a happy ending.